How's it going, everyone? Adam with Bishop Sheen Rosaries here today, and we've got a lot of good content coming for you in a more reflective video. Now, I know what you're thinking, Adam. You keep changing up the sets on these videos. Why are you doing that? Well, I'm first of all trying to get you better lighting and better angles so I fill the screen more, but second of all, my wife and I, we're moving a lot of things around the house, and stay tuned because we might have some news coming for you very soon. So hopefully you like the setup here. If you don't, just let me know down below. If you do, let me know in the comments. But we're going to get into what I call the 11th bead. Now, this is a new concept probably for everyone because it really came to me in my prayer. So maybe other people have thought about things like this before, but I wanted to share the 11th bead with you today. Now, first about the inspiration of the 11th bead, and it's a spiritual one, but also it first came to me as a physical one. Now, I got this rosary from a friend who went on pilgrimage to the Holy Land. A very dear friend brought this back to me as a gift. And as you could see on this first decade of the rosary, or fifth depending on how you hold it, there's actually an extra bead on the decade, counting out 11 beads. And so that's the physical reason that I started praying about this 11th bead concept. But the spiritual connection I have is that quote from Maximilian Kolbe is really a good one, that you can never worry about praying too much to the Blessed Mother. You're always, by praying or saying I love you to the Blessed Mother, you're always also saying I love you to Jesus Christ, her Son. So that's kind of the idea of the 11th bead, that you can never say I love you too many times, that you can always say one more Hail Mary. So let's jump into a few more reasons why I think the 11th bead is actually really powerful. So I kind of just shared the first one with you. You can never say I love you to the Blessed Mother too much. And I would say that having 11 beads on a rosary is definitely better than having maybe 9 beads on one of our decades, right? Because you never want to skimp our Blessed Mother when it comes to praying to her or give her less time. So having 11 beads right away says you're going above and beyond trying to form that relationship with our Blessed Mother and with Jesus Christ. Now, I have 2 more reasons which I'll share with you now. Now, the second reason that I love the 11th bead is that it reminds me of the beauty of handmade rosaries, handmade crafts, handmade art. It really brings me back to the human connection, that we're all imperfect, that we all maybe would make a mistake. Some people might consider it a mistake, but you can definitely feel the human authentic aspect of this rosary. Somebody was working over it with their own 2 hands, making it for someone like me. And I think this is really important to stress. We at Bishop Sheen Rosaries make all of our rosaries handmade, and if you can patron businesses that make their art homemade, handmade, make their rosaries handmade, jewelry, whatever it is, if they can be the one that you patron through your purchases, through your gifts for other people, that would be really special, because once again, it connects you back to that human who actually was on the other side of the transaction, who used their own 2 hands to make it for you rather than mass producing through machines or computers. It's very important to remember, especially in our world today, to really find the beauty in the handmade product. Remember, it always is lifting up the dignity of the worker when you support a business that is actually using physical labor, using people that are working with their hands. And now the third point I want to make about the 11th bead is that it helps me forget about time while praying the rosary. Now, I used to adjust and make myself start on the first bead, so I'd only pray 10 beads during that decade, but then I'd be worried that I'd go around the rosary and I would hold it very tight so I wouldn't pray it 11th on the second way around, and I just kept myself too worried about the actual time aspect and praying that extra Hail Mary, that eventually I just started praying the extra Hail Mary and kind of letting up to God, letting up to Mary, my worries, my frustrations, my anxieties, and saying, hey, what is it, an extra 20 seconds to pray another Hail Mary, to say I love you one more time? So I started just kind of giving up that extra time and being more free to pray without constraints. And maybe when I'm praying with a group, I'll switch to a different rosary so I don't throw them off, because people start looking up after you've prayed 10 Hail Marys like, oh, I think we're done here. But that being said, it is very cool to just, to just offer up total surrender to our Lord, to our Blessed Mother, when it comes to time to pray to them, with them, the Blessed Rosary. So if you like the devotion to the 11th bead, let me know. Maybe it's something that you've never thought about before. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. If you want your own handmade rosary, please go to sheenrosaries.com and you can check out all of our handmade rosaries. They're always handmade and they're always backed by our lifetime warranty if anything should break. And that is our promise to you. If you need one, if you have a friend that needs one, please patron a business that makes rosaries with our own hands. From all of us here at Bishop Sheen Rosaries, we hope you're preparing for Lent coming up, and from us to you, through Mother Mary.